One thing about living in Santa Carla I never could stomach. All the damn vampires.
Take it back. Do 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 do. Take it back. Take it back. Do 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 do. Today I will be reviewing Rocky, a 1976 movie written by Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone went to see a boxing match one day between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Wepner. What happened? Chuck Wepner went the distance with Muhammad Ali, almost scaring the world champion. In Sylvester Stallone's head, boom, an idea came to write a screenplay for Rocky Balboa, Rocky, 1976. This movie starts off, Rocky's in the ring, he's fighting some guy named Spider Rico. Spider Rico sticks the nut on him, and that's when Rocky Balboa loses his temper and pounds him to the ground. But before that happened, you could see Rocky was unfit, unhealthy, sort of just a slugger, not really a boxer. His job, he goes round, he collects money for a loan shark, he's living in Philadelphia, he goes round breaking thumbs, breaking legs, collecting money for Gazzo. While he's not collecting money, he's either in the boxing gym or he's stalking Adrian in the pet shop. Usually he's going in, telling her a couple of bad jokes, like classic dad jokes. One of them is like, his turtle got a moth stuck in its throat. So when he hit the turtle on the back, it got shell shock. Classic dad jokes like that.
Flies, you know what I mean? These moths, they get caught in the turtle's throat right about here and cough, right? I gotta smack them on the back of the shell. What do you think they get? Huh? And they get what? Huh? Come on. Show shot. You get show shot.
So, he trains in Mighty Mick's gym, which is in Philly. Now, one of the scenes is Mick gives away Rocky's locker. Mick thinks this guy's a bum, calls him a tomato. He gives his locker to a fight who he thinks has actually got potential, who actually wants to be a boxer, not just someone who's trying to make money, little bits of money of boxing.
How you feeling today?
What?
I said, how you feeling?
What are you, a doctor or
Oh,
something?
you got problems today?
Never mind my problem. What's your problem?
My problem is I've been talking to your man Michael. I don't know how come I can put out of my lock.
Because Dipper needed it. Dipper's a contender. He's a climber. You know what you are?
What?
A tomato.
Today, yeah.
Where this story turns interesting is the heavyweight champion of the world, Apollo Creed, is going to be fighting in Philadelphia against Mackley Green. Mackley Green breaks his hand. So, Apollo knows there's no top contenders want to fight him on such short notice. I think it's about 6 weeks to the fight. So, he knows he needs a novelty. Now, while looking for a novelty, he's looking through the book of names. Nothing's jumping out to him. Except one name, Rocky's. And it's not Rocky Balboa that jumps out to him. It's his ring name, the Italian stallion, Rocky Balboa. He says it sounds like a damn monster movie.
Without a ranked contender, what this fighter's going to need is a novelty. This is the land of opportunity, right? So Apollo Creed on January 1st gives a local underdog fighter an opportunity. Look, it's the name, man. The Italian stallion.
So Rocky's life at this time, he's sort of a bum. He doesn't know what to do with his life. He's just going collecting bits of money. Here's a job here. Doesn't have a girlfriend, but obviously he's attracted to Adrian. Now Adrian's brother is called Paulie, and Rocky is good friends with Paulie, and Paulie invites Rocky round for Thanksgiving. Now, instead of having the usual Thanksgiving dinner, which Paulie chucks the turkey out of the window,
You want the bird? Go in the alley and eat the bird.
he takes it ice skating. And this is where they sort of connect, and that's when they become boyfriend and girlfriend.
South Paw. You see? South Paw, South Jersey, South Camden, South Paw.
The next couple of days, Rocky goes back to Mick's gym. Mick wants him to come over to him. He says he's got a card, and you've got to go and speak to Apollo Creed's promoter. Now, Rocky thinks this is just going to be for being a sparring partner. He has no clue. He's about to be offered a fight for the heavyweight championship of the world.
Yeah, I want to know how come. You want to know? I want to know how. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Because you had the talent to become a good fighter. And instead of that, you became a leg breaker. Some cheap second-rate loan shark.
Goes to the promoter's office. When he's in the office, he's saying that he won't take no cheap shots, he'll be a good sparring partner. And that's when the promoter offers him the chance to fight for the heavyweight championship of the world against the master of disaster, Apollo Creed.
Would you be interested in fighting Apollo Creed for the World Heavyweight Championship?
Mick finds out. Mick, for the first time in 10 years, goes to Rocky's apartment and tells him he needs a manager. But Rocky's saying he's already doesn't need a manager. The fight's already been set. But Mick has so much knowledge and training. Rocky's never known how to train himself properly. That's why he's been a bum for years. He's never known about getting up for the 4 o'clock runs or anything. I mean, he's known, but he hasn't done it. He's never had someone to push him. And that's where Mick comes in. So everything is it's starting to fall in place for Rocky at the minute. He's got himself a girlfriend. He's got himself a trainer. He's got himself a best friend. He's being offered the chance of a lifetime. So he gets up for that 4 o'clock run. It doesn't go very well. His very first run. I know if you've seen the other Rockies, he flies up the steps. But on this one, you say he's struggling up the steps. He's holding his side. He's got a stitch. He's got to run back home. But he's sort of walking down the steps. The guy's knackered. He's been smoking, drinking, hasn't really been looking after himself, hasn't been living the life of a fighter. But now he is about to live the life of a fighter. So one of the most memorable scenes in this is when Rocky Balboa is beating the hell out of a raw cow that is hanging, which is where Paulie works. And there's some cameras filming him. And this is where it cuts to where Apollo Creed is. And Apollo Creed's trainer's watching him. And he's saying, you better come and look at this guy you're fighting. He means business. But that's when Apollo Creed, you know he's not taking this fight serious. He says, yeah, I'm taking this fight serious too. He doesn't even go and watch him. So you already know Apollo Creed thinks he's just going to absolutely destroy this guy, which he says, I'll beat this guy in 3 rounds. He probably isn't training for this fight properly. He thinks it's going to go in and just be sort of an exhibition for him, bit of a sparring session, that this guy isn't even in his league, not in his class.
Hey, champ, you ought to come look at this boy you're going to fight on TV. Looks like he means business. Yeah, I need business too. Hey, Shirley, you got any more calls?
Rocky ups the training, especially when he's going to eat lightning and he's going to crap thunder. He's running. The music's playing, which is going to fly now. He's playing, he's training, he's doing push-ups, he's doing the speed bag, he's doing the skipping. He's flying up them steps now. There's no stopping Rocky at the minute. Oh, Rocky, after all that training, goes out for a walk. On that walk, he heads to where he's going to be fighting in the arena. He's having a walk around. He's looking at the posters. He gets back home to Adrian, because Adrian's moved into his house now. And he says, I ain't even in this guy's league. That he can't beat him. But all he wants to do is go the distance. And that is the game changer. He's not going in to win. He's going there to last, because nobody's ever gone 15 rounds with Apollo Creed. So, the fight comes round. Now, no one's ever believed in him before, Rocky, but he's got his girlfriend believing in him, Mick believing in him, Mick's telling everybody, you gotta see this guy go to the body, and the fight comes. Now, Apollo Creed, he comes down dressed as George Washington, like throwing bits of money out. He's just not taking his fight serious at all. He thinks he's going to go in, jab him a bit, move around, just knock him out in 3 rounds, nice and easy. It's the first round. Actually, it's not the first round because you see Apollo Creed's jumping around in his flag hat and everything. Off comes the big hat. Joe Frazier makes a little bit of a cameo, comes into the ring because he's from Philadelphia. Now the first round kicks off. Apollo Creed is just going around, he's jabbing him. 1-2s, finding it quite easy. Sylvester Stallone leading with his head. Blocks the odd one. And then bang! He hits Apollo Creed and knocks him to the floor. Rocky hits Apollo and knocks him to the floor. Rocky Balboa hits Apollo Creed in the first round and knocks him to the floor. The Italian stallion, Rocky Balboa, hits Apollo Creed, the master of disaster, and puts him on his ass. Everyone's shocked. The crowd's going nuts. Rocky can't believe it. But Apollo gets up. Obviously, he's on unsteady legs, and he just jabs him away for the rest of the round and beats him into a corner. Now, the rest of the fight in this is one hell of a fight. Rocky's brawling, but he's also getting beaten up by a superior boxer, but he just keeps coming forward and going to the ribs. Now, in the 14th round, Apollo knocks Rocky to the ground. And you think it's all over. Even the trainer's saying, stay down, Rocky, stay down. But Rocky gets back up. And as Rocky gets back up, he's waving him to the corner. And Apollo comes in and bang! Rocky breaks Apollo's ribs and sends him back to the corner. The 15th and final round now. Apollo comes out. His trainer wants to stop the fight, but he says, you ain't stopping nothing, man. You ain't stopping nothing. So he goes out, he tries to jab him out. 1-2, hits him with a big shot. But Rocky just takes it and starts pounding away. And he's got him against the ropes. And that's when the bell rings. The decision is a split decision. 2 judges call it for Apollo. 1 judge calls it for Rocky. So Apollo retains his title. But now Rocky knows he's not just another bum from the neighborhood. And he's standing in the middle of the ring. And he's shouting one of the most famous scenes. I mean, I'm not going to do it. Shouting Adrian in the ring. Adrian comes rushing in, gives him a hug. And that's where the movie ends. Now this movie is, I would say, 9 out of 10. 1976. They had a small budget. I mean, when Sylvester Stallone wrote this, he wrote it all. People were trying to buy it off him because they wanted other actors to play Rocky. But he kept his script so he could play Rocky. I think they wanted people like Robert De Niro, like someone like that to play Rocky. But he kept it. And I bet he's glad he did. So, that's my little review of Rocky. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Mark, and this is For the Love of Movies. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Like an angel on your shoulder, see? And if you ever get hurt and you feel that you're going down, this little angel is going to whisper in your ear. He's going to say, get up, you son of a bitch! Because Mickey loves you.